Welcome to Scary Stories in Easy English. Tonight's story has frightened people for centuries.
Step 1.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the World. I'm Sophia.
And I'm James. Hey everyone, good to have you here again.
Before we start, take a deep breath. Close your eyes for just a second. Imagine a quiet train station. It's late at night, the lights are flickering, no one else is around.
Okay, Sophia, I was already nervous just sitting here. Now I'm really nervous.
Good, because tonight we are going to Japan.
Japan, land of beautiful temples, amazing food, and some of the scariest ghost stories in the world.
That's right. Japan has a very long tradition of ghost stories. They call them kaidan. These are dark, eerie tales passed down for hundreds of years, and some of them, they feel very, very real.
I once watched a Japanese horror movie alone at midnight. Never again.
Tonight's story comes from that same tradition. It is a legend that started in the 1970s, but it spread across all of Japan very quickly, from school to school, from child to child. A whisper in the dark.
Ooh, I love how you said that. A whisper in the dark. That already sounds terrifying.
Tonight, we are talking about Kashima Reiko.
Kashima Reiko. Even the name sounds cold.
It does. And her story is not just scary, it is also deeply sad. There is grief in this legend, there is pain, and there is something very, very dangerous. A question, a simple question that she asks.
Wait, a question? Like she asks you something?
Yes, and if you answer wrong, things do not go well for you.
Okay, that is terrifying. What kind of question is it?
We'll get to that. But first, let me ask you something, listeners. Have you ever heard a strange sound at night and felt completely frozen, like your body just stopped?
Oh, I have. One time I heard my door creak open at 2 a.m. and I could not move for a full minute. It was just the wind. Probably. Maybe.
That feeling, that frozen moment, is exactly what Kashima Reiko brings. She arrives when you are alone, when it is quiet, when you least expect it.
So what should I do right now? Because I am alone in this room except for you, Sophia, and our listeners, and it is very quiet in here.
Just keep listening. That is the best thing you can do.
Tonight's story is full of cold feelings, fear, sadness, and a warning, a very serious warning.
Yes. And as always, we're going to help you understand the English too. Simple words, natural sentences, real feelings. So you don't just study, you feel the story.
That's our goal every episode. Less studying, more feeling.
Are you ready, James?
Honestly, no. But let's go.
Good. Then let us begin. The legend of Kashima Reiko.
Step 2.
This story begins on a dark night, many years ago, on a long, empty stretch of railway tracks.
A railway at night. Not a place you want to be alone.
A young woman was walking home. Her name was Reiko. She was tired. It was late. The train tracks were a shortcut, a faster way to get home.
A shortcut, that classic bad decision.
But something happened on those tracks. She did not make it home. A train came, and Reiko was hit.
Oh no.
It was a tragedy. She lost both of her legs. She survived for a short time, but in the end, she died.
That's awful. She was just trying to get home.
And here is where the legend begins. Reiko did not stay dead. Not completely. Her spirit could not rest. She became a ghost, a wandering spirit with no peace and no legs.
No legs? So how does she move?
She crawls slowly through the darkness. Some say she drags herself with her arms. and she is always looking for something.
That image, just the sound of someone dragging, in the dark, I don't like that at all.
One night, a young boy was alone in his room. He was reading. The house was quiet. Then he heard something strange outside his door. A slow, heavy sound, like something being dragged across the floor.
Okay, I would have screamed.
The boy sat very still. He did not move. The sound stopped. Then, a knock, 3 times, slow, quiet.
3 knocks. Why is it always 3?
The boy opened the door. No one was there. He looked left. He looked right. The hallway was empty. He started to close the door, and then a voice.
Oh no.
A cold, hollow voice coming from below, from the floor. The voice said, "Do you know Kashima, Reiko?"
From the floor. She was on the floor.
The boy screamed and ran. He survived, but he never forgot that voice, that cold, quiet voice from the dark.
Okay, so she asks you her name, or she asks if you know her name.
Exactly. That is her question. Do you know Kashima, Reiko? And people say you must answer correctly, or she will take something from you.
Take something? Like what?
Your legs. She takes your legs. Because she lost hers, and she wants someone to understand her pain.
That is deeply horrifying and deeply sad at the same time.
There is a way to survive. If she asks you, "Do you know Kashima, Reiko?" you must say, "I know you from Kashima."
I know you from Kashima. Just like that?
Just like that. Kashima is a place, a region in Japan. Some say her name is connected to a Shinto shrine there. If you say the right words, she may leave you alone.
May. She may leave you alone. That's not very comforting.
There is also one more thing. If someone tells you this story, if you hear the legend of Kashima and Reiko, you must pass it on within 1 month.
Pass it on.
Tell someone else the story, because if you keep it to yourself, she will come for you instead.
So right now, all of our listeners, you all know the story of Kashima Reiko.
And now you must tell someone, just to be safe.
Consider this your official warning, listeners. Tell a friend tonight.
The legend of Kashima Reiko is a chain, a story that moves from person to person, like a whisper that never stops. Some people laugh at it, but some people are not so sure.
I am firmly in the not-so-sure category right now.
Late at night, when the house is quiet, when you are alone, if you hear a dragging sound and then 3 slow knocks,
Sophia, please stop.
remember her name.
Kashima Reiko. Got it. I will not forget. Ever. For the rest of my life.
Good, because she will not forget you either.
Step 3.
Okay, let's take a breath. That was the story of Kashima Reiko. And now, let's look at 5 expressions from the story.
Yes. This is the part where we break it down. No scary sounds for a few minutes, hopefully.
Hopefully. Expression number 1, a shortcut.
A shortcut. We heard that in the story. Reiko used the train tracks as a shortcut.
A shortcut is a faster route, a quicker way to get somewhere. In English, we say it in everyday life too. For example, I took a shortcut through the park to get home faster.
Right. And in real life, people say, "Do you know a shortcut?" when they're lost or in a hurry.
But in scary stories, the shortcut is never a good idea.
Never. The shortcut always leads somewhere bad. That's horror movie rule number 1.
Let's say it together. Shortcut. Shortcut. Good. Now use it in a sentence. The train tracks were a shortcut.
The train tracks were a shortcut. Okay, I added my own ending.
Expression number 2. She could not rest.
This one gave me chills when you said it in the story.
She could not rest means she had no peace. Her spirit was not calm. It was still full of pain and sadness. In English, we often say someone cannot rest when they have unfinished feelings.
Like when you're lying in bed but you can't stop thinking about something, you can't rest.
Exactly. I couldn't rest last night. I kept thinking about it. You can use this in daily life too. It doesn't have to be a ghost.
Good, because otherwise I'd be using she could not rest in some very strange conversations.
Let's practice the rhythm. She could not rest. She could not rest. 4 words, nice and slow.
She could not rest. I like the way that sounds, heavy and sad.
Expression number 3, drag.
Drag, like she dragged herself through the dark. Horrible image, great word.
Drag means to pull something heavy slowly across a surface. You might drag a chair across the floor, or drag your bag down the stairs when it's too heavy to carry.
I drag myself out of bed every Monday morning.
Perfect example. I had to drag myself to work today. It's very natural in conversation.
And in the story, the sound of dragging on the floor, that's what scared the boy, because dragging sounds slow, and something slow in the dark is scarier than something fast.
That's a really good point, James. Let's practice the word. Drag. Drag. She dragged herself through the dark.
Drag. Got it. Very useful, very creepy.
Expression number 4. Pass it on.
Oh, this one is important. This is the survival tip.
Pass it on means to give something to the next person, to share it. In the story, you must pass the legend on to someone else. Tell someone the story.
But we use pass it on all the time in normal life. Like, here's the message, pass it on. Or, this is an old family recipe, I want to pass it on to my children.
Exactly. It means to continue something, to keep it moving from one person to the next.
And in Kashima Reiko's case, passing it on is literally life or death.
Let's say it. Pass it on. Pass it on. 3 words. Simple, clear.
Pass it on. Done. Listeners, pass it on.
And our 5th expression, frozen.
Frozen, like frozen in fear.
Yes, frozen usually means very cold, like ice, but in English, we also use it to describe a person who cannot move because of shock or fear. I was frozen.
I was frozen. That was exactly me when I heard the 3 knocks in the story. My body just stopped.
You can say, I was frozen with fear, or she stood frozen in the doorway. It's a very powerful image.
And it sounds really natural. You hear this in movies, in books, in everyday life.
Let's say it slowly. Frozen. Frozen. I was completely frozen.
I was completely frozen. I mean, I am kind of frozen right now thinking about Kashima Reiko.
Good. Then you've really understood the word.
Sophia, your teaching style is terrifying.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm going for.
Step 4.
Now let's talk about the world behind this legend. The culture, the history, the meaning.
Because there's always more to a scary story than just the scary part.
Kashima Reiko is what the Japanese call a toshi densetsu. That means urban legend, a story that spreads through cities and towns, passed from person to person. Not written in old books, but shared between friends, between classmates, between strangers.
Like a rumor that becomes real, or at least feels real.
In Japan, there is a very deep cultural belief in spirits. In Japanese tradition, when a person dies in pain or in an unfair way, their spirit can become an unryo, a vengeful ghost,
a ghost full of grief and anger.
Unreal. And Kashima Reiko is one of those.
She died in a terrible accident, alone at night. Her death was sudden and violent. In Japanese belief, that kind of death can trap a spirit. She cannot move on. She cannot find peace.
And that's why she wanders. She's not just scary, she's lost.
Exactly. And this is something Japanese horror does so beautifully. The monster is not just dangerous. The monster is sad. There is a tragedy behind the fear.
Think about it. Kashima Reiko just wanted to get home, and now she can never get home.
The name Kashima is also significant. There is a famous Shinto shrine called Kashima Shrine in Ibaraki Prefecture. Shinto is Japan's ancient spiritual tradition. It is deeply connected to nature, to spirits, and to the idea that everything, every place, every person has a soul.
So even her name carries that spiritual weight.
And the chain element, the idea that you must pass the story on, this is also very meaningful. In Japanese culture, community and connection are deeply important. No one carries a burden alone. You share it. You pass it on.
Even if what you're sharing is a terrifying ghost legend.
The legend of Kashima Reiko is also a warning. Many versions of the story say she appears near train tracks or dark roads at night. In the era when this legend started, the 1970s and 1980s, Japan was growing fast. Cities were getting bigger. People were working very late. Coming home alone at night was common.
So the story was a kind of warning. Be careful, don't take the shortcut, don't walk alone in the dark.
Yes, scary stories are often like that. They carry a lesson inside the fear.
And the lesson here? Don't ignore danger, don't take shortcuts that put you at risk, and if you hear something important, share it.
I think there's also something very human in Kashima Reiko's story. She asks, "Do you know me?" That question, "Do you know me?" is one of the most human questions there is.
That's actually kind of heartbreaking.
She just wants to be known, to be remembered, to not be forgotten.
And now, because of this story, millions of people know her name.
Kashima Reiko.
She got what she wanted. Kind of.
In a very cold and terrifying way.
Step 5.
We are almost at the end of tonight's episode, but before we go, we have one more thing. One very important thing.
Tonight's scary line.
Every episode, we choose one sentence, one line that carries the heart of the story, a sentence you can remember, a sentence that stays with you.
And tonight's scary line is,
"She could not rest, and now neither can you."
wow. Okay, that one hit.
She could not rest. We learned that expression today. It means no peace, no calm, a spirit still full of pain.
And now, neither can you. Because you know her story. You've heard her name. She is in your mind now.
That sentence uses the expression, "neither can you." It's a very natural pattern in English. I can't sleep tonight, neither can you. She had no peace, neither did he.
It means the same is true for you. It's like a mirror. What happens to one, happens to the other.
So tonight, before you sleep, if you feel a little restless, a little unsettled, remember that feeling and remember the phrase, "She could not rest."
And maybe don't think too hard about the 3 knocks.
Now, a small challenge for you before next episode. Use one of today's expressions in a sentence. Anyone. Shortcut. Drag. Frozen. Pass it on. She could not rest.
Write it down. Say it out loud. Or even better, tell a friend the story of Kashima Reiko. Use your new English and pass it on.
Remember, you must share the story. Within 1 month. The legend says so.
We're doing this for your safety, completely.
Completely.
Sophia, I have a question.
Are we going to be okay after tonight?
I think so. Probably.
Probably. Very reassuring.
James, do you remember her name?
Kashima Reiko. I will never forget.
Good. Then she will be satisfied. For now.
For now. Great. Love that.
Thank you so much for listening tonight. You were brave. You stayed till the end, and now you carry her story with you.
Tell someone. Stay safe. And maybe leave the light on tonight. Just a little.
Thank you for being brave enough to listen. We'll see you next time on Scary Stories Around the World.
Good night, everyone. And remember, pass it on.
You just made it through one of the world's most terrifying legends in easy English.